Welcome to the community of
engineers, the change agents in the society.
In this video, we will discuss about the renewable energy resources. As we all know that the main and ultimate source of energy is sun. So starting from sun, we classify the energy resources as renewable energy resources and non-renewable energy resources. Renewable energy sources are the sources of energy that are essentially inexhaustible, whereas non-renewable energy sources are the sources of energy which cannot be replenished in a short period of time. Non-renewable energy sources are also called the conventional or alternative energy resources, whereas renewable energy resources are called the non-conventional energy resources. Further, renewable energy resources are labeled with green energy resources because upon application of these energy resources, these does not pollute the environment, whereas non-renewable energy resources are labeled as brown energy resources because upon application of these energy resources, these sources pollute the environment. Non-renewable energy resources are further classified as nuclear and fossil fuels. Nuclear energy is the energy stored in the nucleus of an atom, whereas fossil fuels are further classified as natural gas, oil, and coal. Renewable energy resources are further classified as solar, and which is subdivided into solar photovoltaic, which is the direct conversion of sun energy or solar energy into electricity, and solar thermal energy, then the hydro energy, energy contained in the water, wind energy, the energy contained in the wind, tidal energy, energy associated with the tides of the sea, then the biomass energy, and the geothermal energy resources. We can say that all forms of energy are the form of solar energy, less geothermal energy and the nuclear energy, because these are the sources of energy which are associated with the energy stored in the nucleus of an atom. Other than these two energy resources, nuclear and geothermal energy, all forms of energy are the solar energy. Fossil fuels are also the form of solar energy because these are the old deposits of biomass which are buried deep in the crust, and because of the excessive temperature and pressure these are transformed into natural gas, oil, and coal. Now talking about the history of energy usage. At the beginning of the human life, our ancestors relied on renewable energy resources such as human lived on solar energy stored in food and other plants. They ate fruits, vegetables, and animals. Then they started burning of wood for cooking of food and heating purposes. So we can say before 1880 their reliance was on wood for the energy sources. Then during the period between 1880 till 1950 their reliance was on wood and coal. During the period between 1915 till 1950 they also discovered the oil and started using coal and oil as a source of energy. Then 1950 till 1985 their reliance was on oil and natural gas as a source of energy. Then during the period between 1985 till 2020 we are using oil, natural gas, and coal as a source of energy. Now, after 2020 onward, what is going to be the source of energy? Now, let's compare the renewable energy resources with the non-renewable energy resources. Talking about the sources of energy, renewable energy sources are present in the local environment, whereas non-renewable energy sources are present in the form of concentrated stocks deep inside the crust of the earth. State of renewable energy resources is concurrent or incoming, whereas non-renewable energy resources are the static stocks. Intensity of renewable energy sources is very low as compared to the non-renewable energy sources, which are more than 100 kilowatt per meter square. Supply of renewable energy resources infinite means these are going to be non-exhaustible, whereas non-renewable energy resources are exhaustible and finite. Capital cost for the installation of renewable energy resources is very expensive as compared to the non-renewable energy resources. Variation in the generation of energy, that is fluctuating for the case of renewable energy resources and steady for the case of non-renewable energy resources. Location of use, that is site specific for the case of renewable energy resources, means it has to be used where it has been located, whereas for the case of non-renewable energy resources it can be used anywhere else from the location of the source. Talking about the scale of renewable energy resources, that is small or moderate, whereas it can be increased for the case of non-renewable energy resources. Skill required for the design, integration and installation of renewable energy resources, that requires interdisciplinary, and for the case of non-renewable energy resources the skills of mechanical and electrical. Renewable energy resources are little or no harmful for the environment, whereas non-renewable energy resources poses threat to the environment and very harmful. Now we will see the energy conversion process. In nature as well as man-made systems, energy is constantly being converted from one form to the another. However, during conversion process, not all energy is converted into useful energy and part of energy is wasted. If we consider the example of lamp, here in this lamp, the useful energy would be in terms of illumination and the wasted energy would be in terms of energy release from the lamp in terms of heat. So considering total electrical energy of 100 joules, 30 joules of energy that is consumed for the illumination and that is the useful energy, and 70 joules of energy is the wasted energy, that is the energy release in terms of heat. However, the useful energy gain is quantified by the energy efficiency. So the energy efficiency is the useful energy output upon the input energy. If we see the example of conversion of coal to electricity, so in this case the first step is the coal production. For that the efficiency is 0.96 and the cumulative efficiency that would be also 0.96. Then is the transportation of coal to the plant site. The efficiency is 0.97 and for this case the cumulative efficiency would be 0.93. Then the boiler coal to heating, the efficiency is 0.7 and the cumulative efficiency would be 0.65. Then the turbine, that is the conversion of heat to mechanical energy, the efficiency is 0.5 and the cumulative efficiency would be 0.33. Then the alternative, that is the conversion of mechanical to electricity, the efficiency is 0.95 and then the cumulative efficiency would be 0.31. Then the final, the transportation of electricity from the plant to the application side, the efficiency is 0.9 and the cumulative efficiency that would be 0.28. So in this case we see that the total conversion of coal to the electricity and the transportation to the site of application, the efficiency from 100% would come to 0.28. Now to minimize the overall efficiency, we need to minimize the number of energy conversion steps and maximize the efficiency of each energy step. Now let's see very important definition of energy, that is sustainable energy, which is defined as producing and consuming in a manner that meets the energy needs of the present without compromising the ability of future generations to meet their needs, which means generating and consuming only that much of energy which is required to meet our present requirements, not more than that. Once we are dealing with the energy, there are four questions which are very important to address. The first, how much of energy is available? That is in terms of resources which are we are tapping for the energy gain. Then for what purpose the energy is to be used? The end purpose or the end application of the energy. Then what is the environmental impact? That is sustainability. Then what is the cost of energy? That is the economics, whether it is going to be cost effective or not. Now let's see the energy pyramid. In that energy pyramid, that the first of all, that is the energy conservation. That is the human behavior, switching off lights and fans when these are not needed. Then the energy efficiency, that is linked or associated with the application of energy efficient appliances or the energy efficient buildings. Then the energy demand, now shifting our demands from peak hour to the normal hours. And finally, the renewable energy resources, we have to use or tap only the renewable energy resources which are not harmful for the environment. With this, we end our discussion here.